Hi everybody and welcome to Photomikes Garage. Today we're heading off to the Ladner quilt show. Now normally I'm not too interested in quilts, but at this show they have a lot of hot cars, a lot of muscle cars, classic cars. Everything you could possibly want to see is just down this block. Okay, this is one of the classic cars. Now this is outside the show, it should really be in the show. This is the Ladybug Bug. Check this out. Wouldn't you just love to be driving around in this right now? And it's convertible. Awesome. Okay, so we've arrived at the car show. This is called rat rod. Some people call that this type of artistic expression. Rusty hookers. Nice. I love this purple. Just check this out. That is pretty close to my Plum Crazy purple on my Charger. So purple and orange sort of go together. This is a 56 Chevy with a tilting front hood. And look at the chrome on this motor. Wow.
It's almost touching the ground.
Yeah. Just look at the interior on this car. This is gorgeous. Yeah, this is like an English pickup truck called an Austin. What is this called? An Austin something.
Austin, England.
Austin, England. You know, your grandpa had one of these and used it to construct Grandma's house. And it was kind of like a ugly yellow. Of course, it was all falling apart. And it sat in our backyard for a while before you finally got it towed away. But this one's in perfect shape. Little pickup truck, little baby pickup truck. Okay, we have a beautiful Challenger RT here in, what would this be called? A lemon yellow. And it's got a Magnum 383. This is a big block motor that a lot of people had in the day. It's a very fast car. The next step after this would be the 440, and then of course if you had the big bucks, a 426 Hemi. But the 383 was a really great muscle car motor. And this one looks fantastic. So this is a 1970 Challenger. There's a little kid crying. Why don't you see what's wrong? Is he okay? Why is he crying?
Look at his pocket. Look what he just got.
What does it say?
Speeding ticket.
Oh, the little guy got a speeding ticket. Oh, no, that's why he's crying. That's why he's crying. A beautiful blue color. Blue color. I have to have more descriptive words. Oh, I like this green though. This is nice. Okay, how about this for something different? A low rider. Look at the custom paint job. Check this out. A nice custom interior. This is a beautiful lowrider. Beautiful 1947 Chrysler. Look how tall the cars were in the 40s. And they started getting longer and lower back in the 60s, right? I love this creamy yellow. Look at that. That is classy. With a nice, look at this interior. That is nice. Okay, and what we have here is a 1964 Ford Marauder. I just love that name, the Marauder, with a nice 390 in perfect shape. Look at that. This car looks like it's been restored to me. Look at this interior. That looks all factory to me. See? Push button radio in the center, which is dials. Then there's the heater controls, and then auxiliary gauges. So the modern car, they just have like a digital display for
Is
everything.
the dog from factory?
I don't think the dog came from the factory though. Oh, and as if this car was not long enough, he added a continental kit, which is a place for the spare tire to go. So this is actually the spare tire in here. And it adds about, what, 2 feet to the car? And there's no backup cameras in these days, so you really got to know what you're doing to back up a huge boat-like car like this. He looks kind of cute. Now, I don't think I've seen a pickup truck like this before. Oh, this is a Studebaker, that's why. Studebakers are pretty rare. This is a 1941 Studebaker. You can see they have a really different front end from the Fords and Chevys of the day. So this is definitely a rare thing to see at a car show. This is a 1966 427 Corvette in perfect shape. As you can see, it's won the NCRS award. So this is as good as it gets right here. And as you can see, we got food for everybody. We got the Big Dog's Diner. We got the French cuisine. So if you're hungry, this is a great place to go. Okay, this is something you don't see too often, a TVR, 1974, with a nice little 6-cylinder motor in there, spare tire right in front. Wow, this is like a British sports car. And this car is very special to me. My dad had one of these. Now this is a Oldsmobile. We had Oldsmobiles and Buicks from this era, the mid-1950s. So this is in beautiful shape. Just look at this car. This particular one is a 1957. I think we had a 1956. Look at this grille. It's like a face. It's like a face that you have here, right? Kind of like a happy face, but a little bit of aggression too. And look at these jets. Because you got to remember, this was the jet age, and everything was inspired by that. And the interiors are just beautiful in these cars. I've always wanted one of these. Maybe someday I'll be able to get something like this. What a fantastic car just to cruise in. And look at this dash. I mean, that's outstanding. The chrome, the detail, just beautiful. I know, these cars have it all. Look at the chrome, all the chrome accents here. And of course, it's a two-tone. We have sort of like a salmon pink with a beautiful metallic gray. Nice, beautiful. Oh yeah, this is called the Lakes pipes. So you can uncap these and let the full exhaust out the side for more power, or leave them capped and the exhaust goes out the regular out the back, right? And this one also has a Continental kit to make it even more difficult to park.
Your tiger's stuck in there.
Now, I think this is a clue. Where is the gas filler cap on this car? Does anyone know? A 1957 Oldsmobile. I'm betting that it's right behind here. I think the Transformers a modern type of thing? No, they were doing Transformers back in 1957. This is a 1957 Ford with a fully retractable convertible hardtop. This is the beginning of the whole idea of a retractable hardtop, and they did it in 1957. So this whole hardtop would fit back in this giant trunk, and when it's back in the trunk, the only area you have for storage is just this sort of rectangular area right here, and which is still not bad. But talk about making an impression on someone when you came into a drive-through and you lowered your roof. That would be fantastic. I'm thinking this is a 1949 Mercury, just beautiful. Look at this paint, wow. Look at the sparkles on the flames. That's called ghost flames because they barely show up, but that is beautiful. And what I really like about these cars is the grille. It's sort of like a rounded form. It's very unique. You can always tell a 1949 Ford or Mercury. You know, it kind of looks like a mustache. You're right. So many cars from this time had faces. Yeah. Friendly faces.
It's like they had personalities.
It's like they had personalities. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of modern cars have kind of lost that. Let's take a look at the inside. Now, of course, this car has been modified. They've actually taken the roof and lowered it. So it's a chopped, what they call a chopped car, which actually makes them look really cool. Look at this interior. It's like a blood red dash. So this car is significant because in 1949 the Fords actually got rid of the sort of humped back rounded look with separate fenders and started to make a more integrated look like a modern car. So this was a dramatic styling change from something like that to something like this. And that's why they're so popular and iconic. This is a Super B actually. This is a beautiful black Super B Challenger. And there you can tell, Super B, very cute. Oh, 392 Hemi. There's no mistaking that this has a shaker hood. This whole hood, this whole air cleaner apparatus shakes when the car is moving and when you rev the engine. It's very cool, just like the good old days. Okay, 1965 GTO, one of my favorites. I've seen this guy before. We've seen him at the Lost in the 50s burger restaurant. And this has that beautiful 1965 Pontiac GTO, well, Pontiac interior. Now these have always been one of my favorite styles of car. This is a 1967 Plymouth Satellite. Now this is a very squared off design. After this, Chrysler went to a more rounded design, but I still like this. And I'll tell you why. It's a very rectangular, sharp creases. And look at this roof. Most roofs go thicker at the bottom pillar and thinner at the top of the C-pillar. This one, thinner at the bottom. A very unique design. And the interiors are starting to get a little more simple for this era, but still very nice. A beautiful 1969 E-Type. This is the coupe with the 2+2, so you can fit two very small people in the back. But it's pretty nice for the people in the front. And actually a surprising amount of storage in the back of these cars. Wow. This is a beautiful surf wagon. Look at that. Really well done. Yeah. Got your surfboards ready for you up there? It's a 1962 Chevy Greenbrier. Okay, I have spotted a Camaro similar to mine, second generation Z28. This one looks good. And this is a 1970, first year of the Z28s. Okay, so we're going to look, but we're not going to touch. Wow, look at that. It's got a 4-speed, nice blue interior, in really good shape. And look at that, the blue dash. Not too many of those. Most of them are black, right? So this is going to have a 360 horse 350 LT1. This looks really original. Very similar to what I have, except this is more original than mine. No air conditioning, of course, in the first few years of the Z28 on the second generation. Really nice. Okay, so that's a beautiful Z28 and so many beautiful cars here. So many beautiful cars. Something for everyone. Muscle cars, classic hot rods, Firebirds, Fords, Chevys, Dodges. And it's amazing how a car that's not finished, that actually looks rusty, actually stands out and gathers your attention. You're so used to such perfect paint jobs, and then when you see this, this actually makes it interesting. This is how the car was probably found in a field or in a barn. And it sort of gives a feeling of the age of the car. It makes you aware that this car is from a bygone era. Oh, and this has a good old Ford V8. This would be a flathead V8 in there. I don't know if it's still in there, but that's what it came with originally. Now, this one has already been modified. This has already been chopped already, right? And right beside him is a 1972 454 big block Corvette. Beautiful. Oh, that looks nice. Now, those aren't original valve covers, but they look great. Yeah, this is a beautiful example. This car is painted in Steel Cities Gray, which was a great color from Chevrolet in the day. And it's sort of like a gray, but it has a sort of a, what would you say, sort of like a brownish tint to it? Yeah. Is that what it looks like to you? Yeah. This is something else. Look at this Z28, 1969 Z28 in, I believe, Fathom Green, which was a rare color. Very nice. So you got the 302 motor in there, a small block called the Zapper motor, because it could rev to a very high red line, I believe 6,500 RPM, which is pretty good for the day.
There you are, Dave. Thank you for waving yourself down. We know that you're coming up to the stage.
That is cool. That's the way to get your hot dogs. Okay, I can't believe we have two Plum Crazy purple Dodges. We have a Barracuda, a Plymouth Barracuda over there, and we have a new Dodge Challenger right here. Now, how close is the Plum Crazy purple on a new Challenger compared to the old? That looks pretty good. Now, as you know, I have a Plum Crazy Charger Hellcat, and this is a Plum Crazy Challenger Hellcat. Beautiful. Nice. Now this has got your standard interior. What I like about this one though is it's got the red seatbelts. I wish I had that on mine. Wow. Then we'll head over to the classic Barracuda. This one's got a 440. 440, as you can see, called out in the stripe. And this paint looks very much the same as the new one. I think they've got the paint match spot on. I think the new Plum Crazy purple is basically the same as the old Plum Crazy purple. This is a 1970 Plymouth Cuda with a 440 with the shaker hood. Look how big that is. That's huge.
Let's look at the shaker scoop here.
Of course, this has got a Hemi. So it says 440 6 barrel, but it's actually got a Hemi in here right now. Nice little upgrade, I'd say. Okay, these little bumps here are the turn signals. So you can see that your turn signals are working from inside the driver's seat without actually having to look down the dash. It's a nice little option. This one also has the hood pins, racing hood pins that secure the hood to make sure it's not going to pop up when you're doing really high speeds. Nice, beautiful.
Up and down.
Sounds like a very, very healthy motor in this Chevy 2 SS. Really nice. Sounds really healthy. You can hear that cam. And over here we have the Camaro Alley. Now this is where my Camaro would be if I had been able to, for one thing, get up early, but also if I didn't have a little water leak on my radiator, I would be out here today with the Camaro. Instead, we took the Hellcat, which is still a lot of fun. And this is a beautiful, beautiful, look at the black paint on this. This is just polished to perfection. Absolute perfection on this car. It's a 1967 convertible with the nose stripe, SS, beautiful. Another beautiful Z28, 1981. So we got some beautiful Camaros on the Camaro row. We got a nice 396 big block, 1969. It looks like these guys have their own music too.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, I was wondering who this guy was. How you doing?
70, yeah.
And I met my friend, Chris.
Yes.
Stay there. Okay, the Ladner quilt walk and car show was fantastic. You saw the cars, they were awesome. Next year I'll have my old Camaro in there for sure. If I didn't have that little radiator leak, I would be there for sure. Okay, thanks for watching Photomikes Garage. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. There'll be more to come.